satellite preparation buildings here at the CSG. Process takes about a month. I think we mentioned that. GEO-KOMPSAT-2A arrived in French Guiana on October 20th and went right to the satellite preparation buildings here for its checks. Coming up on confirmation from the DDO on separation of our upper passenger due in just about 20 seconds. You see GSAT-11 on the left of your screen. The gold and white square. Underneath that, the black bell-shaped structure is the carrying structure for our second passenger. Always a moment of high concentration. The teams have gone through these procedures before, but it does call for tremendous focus. You don't want to see tense, but focused gives you an idea.
Séparation GSAT-11.
And there, the DDO has confirmed separation of our first passenger, and smiles from the ISRO people. You notice that people very politely
Et début de la manœuvre d'orientation au profit du système de lancement double Ariane Silda.
Because the show is not over, we still have to separate our final passenger, GEO-KOMPSAT-2A. And we are still in the ballistic phase, the final phase of the mission, in 4 minutes from separation of our second passenger. As you see, GSAT-11 beginning her life, pushed away from the mothership, what remains of the composite. We have to separate the two satellites and the Silda in 3 different directions, also 3 different altitudes. GSAT-11 was separated at roughly 1,300 kilometers up, and the Silda will be separated at about 1,900 kilometers up, and GEO-KOMPSAT at 2,300 kilometers up, all in different directions to risk collision. When choosing a space base, the Europeans wanted nearby hills where they could install radar and telemetry, and this is the CVI, the Quick Look Telemetry Display Control Center, and it's on a hill just behind us here in Jupiter. Now, these teams have all the means for receiving and processing and storing and analyzing all the data coming in from the ground stations along Ariane's flight path. We've been talking about them. Now, right now, these teams are following all the key flight data coming in and reporting the flight status of the launcher back to the teams here in Jupiter. The announcements you hear by the DDO come from this building, the CVI. The information from the launcher goes to them, and they relay it to Jupiter. They also relay it to the flight desk we saw earlier, and the Launch Complex Operations Manager. All part of the great information flow. Silda separation coming up in about half a minute. Then separation of our second passenger in another 2 minutes.
Fin de la manœuvre d'orientation, profit de la séparation du système de lancement double Ariane.
GEO-KOMPSAT-2A, the 7th South Korean satellite. The GEO-KOMPSAT-2 program comprises a pair, 2A and 2B, a national government program to develop and operate 2 geostationary civilian satellites. We're waiting for confirmation of the Silda separation. And there's the scheduled separation.
Et séparation du Silda, système de lancement double Ariane.
And the DDO has confirmed it. And you can see revealed to the elements is our second passenger, due for separation in a minute. GEO-KOMPSAT-2A is designed to conduct weather monitoring missions, whereas GEO-KOMPSAT-2B
début de la manœuvre d'orientation au profit de GEO-KOMPSAT-2A.
Environment monitoring and ocean monitoring missions. GEO-KOMPSAT-2A's data will also be used to compose maps for Korean and overseas territories and provide surveillance of large-scale natural disasters. Both satellites built at KARI's facility in Daejeon in South Korea. Little over a minute to go until separation. GEO-KOMPSAT-2A will be the second KARI satellite to be launched by Arianespace following successful launch of the COMS satellite in 2010. Arianespace backlog currently counting 2 more satellites to launch for KARI. GEO-KOMPSAT-2B on an Ariane 5 next year, and KOMPSAT-7 on the Vega, the new Vega C, due in 2021. It was in September that Arianespace announced that it had been tapped by KARI to launch KOMPSAT-7, and that's due for launch, as we mentioned, on the new updated Vega. COMPSAT-7, another Earth observation satellite, will be the 4th CARI satellite and the 9th Korean satellite orbited by Arianespace, and the signing makes it Vega C's 5th customer, the new updated version of Vega. Waiting for confirmation by the DDO on separation of our lower passenger. Again, the same waiting, the same suspense, only this time.
Et séparation GEO-KOMPSAT-2A.
For the GEO-KOMPSAT people. And the final good news, and you heard the applause from the people in Jupiter. Ariane 5 once again delivering her second passenger, GEO-KOMPSAT-2A, off the coast of Africa, like GSAT-11, a little farther out over the water. So from the rather focused moments ago, you can see the change here in Jupiter, very buoyant all across the Space Center, and at all the points and posts where people are following the launcher and the satellite. Work is just beginning, or soon will be, at the other sites around the world where the satellite's first maneuvers are being monitored. We are waiting for the traditional post-separation speeches. You'll be hearing from Stefan Israel from Arianespace,